Hello, everyone, and happy holidays. I'm Jayni, and this is Journey with Jayni Hypnotherapy on YouTube. If you've just joined me, I welcome you, and I do hope you'll subscribe. And if you could click the like button down below, that really helps the channel as well. I am trying to authentically reach as many people as I can to offer hope, to offer help, to offer support in any area of your life that you feel you need that. We can all use a little, right? From time to time. I want to just invite you into my living room for a few minutes. I want to spend some time with you, just maybe diving deep into that core of who we are, where we come from in this life. And that's our inner child, the child in us that perhaps needs something that we've never been able to have fulfilled. Perhaps it's this time of year that brings up some of those hard and difficult feelings. I hope that you'll find yourself just relaxing in this space with me, finding some peace and support, and knowing that I'm here for you, whether it's here on YouTube, or if you'd like to reach out to me personally, I do offer personal clinical hypnotherapy services. I'm not going to do a hypnosis journey today, but I thought we could do something that might feel just as relaxing, just as fun, just as wonderful, and even just as healing. I'd like to connect directly with that inner child that we all have. One of the ways that I like to decorate for the holidays is something that I think my inner child was really excited about, and that's putting up these unique and sort of antique-looking, vintage-type ornaments, these enlarged ornaments that I hang in my window. And the neighbors love it, and I love walking in and seeing it. It's always so sweet and wonderful. But I want to know, if you want to comment below, how you make the holiday season special for you. And I know it's not always an easy time of year, but that doesn't mean that you can't do something for you, something that feels good, something that perhaps is nostalgic or traditional, or something new, something you've never done that you want to start. You want to start a new tradition for yourself or for your family. I'd love to hear what ways you celebrate this time of year for you. So, let's have you get nice and comfortable. I'll show you a little bit more of my tree, and then let's do a little reading. If not for your inner child, perhaps you right now, the present you, the mature you, the adult you, will be just as overjoyed to just be read to and have this special space for you. And I hope you'll feel safe and cozy. I hope that whatever is going on in your life right now, that you're either moving through it or you're feeling joy through it, that you are believing in yourself through it all, that you are remembering your magic, your power, your gifts, your tools. You have them all. I promise you do. This ornament is the very first one that I was given on the year that I was adopted, 1982. And inside it says Jayni, 82. And she always goes at the top of my tree. I just lost my gram 2 years ago. My sister got this for me. And so this is a new favorite of mine. Now these are pretty special. And I have a few of these glass ornaments. And they're actually painted from the inside with this tiny little tool. They're painted inside the glass. It's really, really, really special. And I love to see all the amazing ways that people are talented. And this one is just so fun. Always one of my favorites. This big old fluffy Santa. His beard is long. Thick. He's really fun, and he always takes center stage. So those are some of my favorite ornaments. I love decorating. I try not to over-decorate, but I do have a lot of decorations around the house. Makes me feel good, even when the holiday may not always be easy. But I am feeling blessed this holiday season. I am grateful for all the little and big things that have shifted and changed for me. And so I again invite you to comment below and tell me how you're doing this holiday season and what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what you're wishing for in the new year. Something Magic in the Night by Dylan Sheldon and Rosie Reeve. The cookies are baked, the shopping done, the tree is up, the balls are hung. There are cards and candy and ornaments bright. Everything's ready for Christmas night. Nothing moves within the house, not parent, nor cat, not child, nor mouse. The softest sounds, the faintest light, dark and quiet, filled this night. Something calls and something sings, something whispers, something rings, something rustles out of sight, something stirs within this night. Dottie Sue sits up in bed. She rubs her eyes and shakes her head. Her heart beats fast, her head feels light. There's something happening in this night. It's Christmas Eve. There can't be more, but still she crosses to the door. The feeling's strong. She knows she's right. There's something happening in this night. Onto the landing and over the floor, past the room where her parents snore, down the stairs in the shadowy light. What makes her so reckless in this night? It isn't the tree or the mistletoe. It isn't the gifts tied in ribbons and bows. It isn't the glittering tinsel so bright that sends her softly through this night. And it isn't the wreaths or the silvery stars. It isn't the garlands or long strings of cards. It isn't the twinkling colored lights. There's something different in this night. Cries and whispers, laughs, song, bells are ringing loud and long. Dottie Sue holds Bunny tight. There's something different in this night. Far away a baby cries, sweet angels sing, and shepherds sigh. And here the world is all alit, for there's something magic in this night. Beneath the sharply shining stars, creatures have come from near and far. There they dance in the moonshine bright, for there's something magic in this night. She let the stars and moons spill in and pulls the covers up to her chin. Her dreams overflow with pure delight, filled with the magic of this night. The sweet little story. Now, how many of you know Love You Forever? If you do, let me know in the comment section. This is one of my favorites. I've had this book since I was a little girl, and I'm going to read it to you if you've never heard of it before. Written by Robert Munch, illustrated by Sheila McGraw. And it is to Sam and Gilly. Gilly's a sweet little name, isn't it? There's a tiny little teddy bear there in the corner. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." I love that little kitty. Do you see that little kitty on the side there? So sweet. The baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." Can you spot the kitty? Oh, too funny. But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." That little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come home for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If he was really asleep, she'd pick up that 9-year-old boy and rock him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends, and he wore strange clothes, and he listened to strange music. Sometimes the mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she would pick up that great big boy and rock him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got a house across town. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. If all of the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she'd pick him up and rock him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Couldn't help but notice that he has his own little kitty now. Do you see that? Right there. So sweet. Well, that mother got older. She got older and older and older. One day she called up her son and said, "You'd better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was just too old and sick. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and he sang this song. "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." And last but not least, my wonderful YouTube community. It is a favorite for the holiday season, and whatever holiday you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate any holidays at all, I just hope that this is a season for healing and hope and happiness to conclude our time together and to send you off into hopefully a very happy holiday season. We're going to do the night before Christmas together. All right. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that, before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know that I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays to all. It has been a true pleasure to be with you another year here on YouTube. This channel is growing, and that makes me happy. It means that I'm able, hopefully, to reach more and more people each and every day. Those of you that need any kind of mental and emotional support, I'm here for you. Nothing can get in the way of that, whether it is financial or it's distance. I don't let any of that stand in our way. Please contact me and we'll make sure that you get the support you need now and in the new year. Take wonderful care, you wonderful people. And until next time, continue to journey within.